Marvel's Spider-Man is one of the best superhero games I have ever played, and it's probably one of the best games I have also ever played. In this video, I will be reviewing the game and explaining why I think this way. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. The story revolves around Peter Parker and his struggles with managing his two lives. It's a typical Spider-Man story which was executed very well in my opinion. It is a respectful take on their comic book counterpart while giving their own spin on it. It developed Spider-Man very well as a character while giving us strong supporting characters like Otto Octavius, Martin Lee and many others which were done very well. Something I also very like is how this isn't an origin story of Spider-Man and it instead drops us into a world of these established characters that we know and love. We have had too many portrayals of Spider-Man's origin story, so I feel like this was a nice change of pace. Overall, this game tells us a good story with compelling villains and an amazing protagonist, which all help to develop this story into the amazing experience that I think both Marvel fans and non-Marvel fans will enjoy. The combat in this game is probably the best it has ever been in any Spider-Man game ever. It really showcases how Spider-Man would actually fight, as the game portrays Spider-Man as very athletic and strong, as shown by the amount of power his punches has. I also love how creative you can get with the finishes and multiple combos, which makes the combat feel very fun and rewarding. The spider gadgets can also give you many options to tackle combat, and it helps keep it exciting. At the end of the day, the combat is fun and exciting, and it does not get tiresome even by the time you reach the end of the game, which shows that this is a really good combat system. Something I'm also quite happy with is how well they executed swinging in this game. It feels very seamless and it runs quite well. You know the swinging system is good when I would rather swing all the way to my mission rather than fast traveling. I would also just be swinging around the city sometimes, just doing nothing, as it's such a joy to swing around the city with the very good swinging system and the Spider-Man music, which sets a very nice atmosphere which helps the world feel very alive and it gets you immersed in it. I love this. Overall, I really like the swinging as it made the game a joy to traverse around as Spider-Man. The side activities in this game are also quite good in my opinion, with my favorite being the bases where we could take out a bunch of different types of enemies. It showcased how good the combat system was, and it's just a really fun time of Spider-Man beating up criminals. The random crime events happening around the city was also a very good side activity, as it's something Spider-Man would actually participate in to protect the city. It was really nice stopping random crimes as Spider-Man, or should I say Spider-Cop. The Taskmaster challenges were also very fun and engaging as it tested our combat and swinging skills while providing us with a small side story. It was quite challenging at first, which made completing them very satisfactory to the player as they completed difficult tasks, so it feels quite rewarding and fun to do it. All of these side activities I just mentioned also help to make Spider-Man stronger as you get more base tokens, challenge tokens and crime tokens from completing them, which then can be used to upgrade your gadgets to make Spider-Man stronger in combat. This gives the player more incentive to complete these as it helps Spider-Man become more useful in combat, which I really like as it shows that these side activities have a purpose. The research activity at Otto's lab was fun at first but became a bit repetitive at the later stages, which is a shame as I enjoyed it at first, but still it was not that much of an inconvenience to the whole game. But still, the game would lose nothing of value if it was removed completely. The Black Cat activity was not too bad, but it wasn't the best as we were not really doing much in them, but I like how we learned a little more about Black Cat, which helped build it up for the DLC. You will also get a very cool suit as a reward if you finish the Black Cat stakeouts, which I really like as it was a very well designed suit. So overall, this activity was still quite good. The research station missions were also not too bad, but they weren't really the best, but at least it brought more diversity to the whole game with different kinds of missions, which I really appreciate, so it gave the game like more replay value as it help add like, more variety to all of the quests, which I really appreciate. So at the end of the day, the research activities were also not too bad. So the weakest side activity in my opinion by far is the pigeon catching quest, because it was just quite boring in my opinion. You just go around, catch a pigeon, which was a bit tedious, but at least you had a wholesome backstory there with some guy from that used to be from Feast, I think. Yeah, so I'd still appreciate it for what it is, but it wasn't the best. The side quest in this game was very hit and miss, because I can't really remember most of them, because most of them were mostly fetch quests which were not too memorable in my opinion. So if you go into this game expecting a lot from the side quests, just don't really, because the side quests are not really the best things, but still it doesn't really hold down the game that much in my opinion, as the other things I have mentioned and about to mention really outweigh this in my opinion. The collectibles in this game are also quite good, and I like that, as most games today just insert collectibles for the sake of it, but Spider-Man PS4 managed to avoid that, and I commend them for that. I really like how the backpacks work, as it provided more insight to Spider-Man's past, which was interesting, and also showed how far he has come, which was very nice to see. This made me really motivated to collect all of the backpacks, as I wanted to know more of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. The landmarks were cool, as they showed off popular tourist attractions in New York, and also some Marvel Easter eggs like Nelson and Murdoch. They also reward you by giving you tokens which can be used to get many cool suits with different suit powers that can be used to help you greatly in combat. My personal favorite suit power was the Web Blossom, as it got the job done quite quickly, and it was also very nice to see web flying about all over the place. Overall, I really like this collectible system, as it gives you more insight into Spider-Man's past while also giving you rewards to help you out in the game, which I really appreciate. More games should take this kind of approach to collectibles, as it makes it very interesting and worthwhile. Spider-Man PS4 is a brilliant game with a great story that will satisfy Spider-Man fans and non-Spider-Man fans alike. It also provided satisfying gameplay experience with good side activities, good combat, good collectibles, and amazing web slinging. It has the qualities of a good game, and most importantly, a good Spider-Man game, which is why I am giving it a 9.5 out of 10. It achieved everything it set out to do, and I can't recommend it enough. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, and for those of you that have already played this game, please share your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your opinion. And that's about it for this video guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.